Oh my God.
He responds, listen, I don't have to argue with you about who I'm going to marry, LOL. You want to talk? We can talk about anything you want except my relationship. Otherwise, I won't be replying. She responded, you looked out for me, so I'm just looking out for you. We were fighting here, but we usually have a great relationship.
Okay. Dora, can you find the pick-me?
Like,
if I'm that aunt and uncle, I'm telling people.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going,
we are the aunt and uncle.
Wait till you get a hold of this.
Oh.
Wait till you get a
And I go, a whole other.
And I'm like, did you hear?
No,
Did you hear?
No.
Right after you go talk to them, I come second it up.
No.
You.
The aunt and uncles are legends in this story.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm sorry, what? Oh, we're telling everybody about
I'd be like,
you're not getting away with that.
Oh yeah, if I found out if someone tells me like, oh, I'm not kidding actually. If I was going to someone close to mine's wedding, and I found out someone else was going to be proposing or announcing something, I'm telling that bride and groom.
Oh, of course.
I'm telling them.
I'm telling somebody that's
just so you know. So, but if you guys are gonna leave, please tell me.
Yeah.
I might not tell the bride and groom, but I am going to tell somebody that's going to tell the bride and groom.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hand the gun off.
Yeah. That's good.
This is Chekhov.
It is
loaded. The first thing that comes out of this giant blue dog's mouth is an irritated, hey, buddy, I'm going to need you to back off my friend. I didn't know anyone who owned a fursuit, but I have never in my life been so relieved to see an impossibly colored anthropomorphic dog. Now, this dog guy is extremely tall, dwarfing me and being big enough to intimidate the fanboy. He doesn't want to leave though, making up some crap excuse about how he's just having fun or something. Then another fursuiter comes up and stands next to the blue dog guy, and they're also pretty big. And there's like two more in the background looking over at us. It's at this point that the weeb... It's at this point that the weeb knows when to leave and reluctantly slinks away, looking back at us every so often. Since the furry crew was looking around at the vendors' wares like I was, they decided to stick around with me for a bit to help ward off the creeper. Well, it worked. I never saw the dude again. Wow. So it wasn't, she didn't know these people. Some furries just came to her rescue.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That
Not
is,
the whole thing. The whole thing is
no.
horrible. Especially, I just kept thinking, oh God, she's 15. Like, 'cause that's how you started the story. I was like, oh God.
I like if this guy was like, he believes he's treating her like the actual character. So when these furries come up, he's like, oh my God, a giant dog.
Yeah. He's like, oh no, it's Clifford and Buzz and Lassie and Blue. Oh no.
Oh God, they can talk. Scooby.
Scrappy's going for the
Yeah, Snoopy shitting on his face.
That's how obviously this guy must have been creeping on her that through the fursuits, they're like, oh, that guy's being a creep.
Yeah.
They can smell it.
Yeah. Oh God.
My fursona, it has keen smell.
Pedo senses were tingling.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
pretty rough.
But that
You
is
did not mean to do that.
I didn't mean to do that. Very different. This is not a work. I mean, this is a guy, he's doing a job.
Aren't we all?
So this is a story about a guy who's self-employed.
What's about to happen?
He's self-employed. I found this story right before we started filming this. I was on my phone and I came across this Reddit story and I was like, no way, we gotta read this.
No way.
It's just awesome.
Okay.
It's just an awesome story
I'm so ready.
about a job.
About a job.
Our unpopular opinion. Sucking your own dick doesn't feel good.
Wait. There's the tweet, or there's like the thing. It's like, sucking your own dick doesn't feel like getting your dick sucked. It feels like sucking dick. and for some people, like, that's their thing. And like,
So a couple months ago,
oh, there's a story.
So a couple of months ago, I found out that I was able to suck my own dick. And when I say suck my own dick, I don't mean simply licking the tip of my penis. I mean full-on deep-throating my entire cock.
Whoa, they're a pro.
When I first found out about this, I was so excited, and I immediately began sucking my knob. Though I realized it wasn't really pleasurable at all. It felt more like I was sucking someone else's dick than somebody sucking my dick. Don't get me wrong, there was some pleasure, but it was completely overshadowed by the feeling of having a penis in my mouth. I wasn't able to focus on the sensation of being sucked off since all the focus was on having an entire fucking dick in my mouth. It was a surreal experience to feel all my cock veins and stuff in my mouth. We'll probably cut some of this. It was a surreal experience to feel all my cock veins and stuff in my mouth, but it wasn't what I was looking for, you know? And no, it wasn't because my head game was trash. I actually became...
It sounds like it's because his head game was
Yeah, I
trash.
think his
I
head game's
actually
trash.
became pretty good at dick sucking because of my special ability. So yeah.
That's my secret, Captain.
So yeah, sucking your own dick is nowhere near as... I love this as a TED Talk. So yeah, sucking your own dick is nowhere near comparable to somebody else sucking you off. It just isn't as pleasurable as people make it out to be.
Who's making it out to... I've never heard anyone be like, dude, you gotta check
I
this
think-
out.
Gotta check this out.
I think I'll just stick to jacking off instead.
Amen, brother.
So this...
yeah.
I guess this was posted a couple of years ago, but I just saw it today. There's some comments. Imagine being this insecure with your sexuality. This feels good, but oh noes, I don't want to think of myself as gay. OP responded, I didn't feel good though. That's the point of the post. Don't get me wrong, there was some pleasure, but it was completely overshadowed by the feeling of having a penis in my mouth. It felt good, but oh noes, I can't get over how it threatens my tiny insecure masculinity. And then he responded, I just don't like the feeling of having dick in my mouth, okay?
Okay.
Okay? That's all he commented.
And he was gone.
That's
Then
all he
was like the
commented, then he
wind.
disappeared. I saw that title. I added it once I saw the title. I was just
Yeah.
like, that's
You have to.
awesome. I love that that's an unpopular opinion. Like, guys, unpopular opinion, sucking your own dick.
I've never
Not so
seen
good.
anyone be like, you have to try this on the internet. And I've seen people argue for everything on the internet. Like, you gotta
Right.
do
Yeah.
this, you gotta do this.
But I've never seen
anyone be like, dude,
No.
you gotta get
gotta
good at
try
this.
this.
You gotta do it. Well,
Yeah.
other people's jobs suck.
Honestly, I think OP should be super psyched because she's gonna be She-Hulk probably.
The green part, I think
I
it's some
wish.
part
No,
of
I'm kidding.
it's some part of
they
disclosure.
said gamma. They said gamma radiation.
Of course.
I can't not
I
say
thought of
something.
Hulk too, but it's
Look, we're
No,
all
it's for-
always
it's-
thinking of the Hulk.
It's very especially She-Hulk.
So we've now had 2 roommate stories where the roommate tried to kill the OP.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say tried.
Yeah.
Flashing someone doesn't kill them.
No, but
No, the insulin.
No, I'm kidding. That was.
So, do you think Ninja Turtle radiation roommate is worse than insulin roommate?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because insulin roommate, one incident.
Both are
at least-
idiots, it seems
Both
like.
are. Oh yeah, but radiation person, like they're doing this. They're a super villain.
It's awful hard to like give someone cancer. Like just like it's not usually like an action that you're like, I'm sorry, I gave you cancer.
That's so true. It's like, damn.
Like the insulin thing sucks, and that's gonna cost money and time. It's gonna be a headache.
And it could have been bad.
It could have been very
It
bad.
could have been very bad, but this person did. It is.
They
this
don't
is
make
like
greeting cards for
this
that.
might be the only way I
I'm
know of
sorry,
that you
I
could do it and without someone knowing.
Okay. What? The
But
way,
she says, "Oh, everyone knows that I love surprises, and everyone knows that I've been saying I'm."
surprise
we're gonna
is
get married."
free dessert at the end of dinner. It's not, hey, by the way, here's your legal
lava
and,
cake.
and your whole rest of your life is now married to this one person. That's not a fun surprise, spontaneity thing.
And also, a wedding is like that's one of the critical moments of your life. That's like a big event, and people care about making it special. Also, like wedding photos and all that shit that's gonna last forever. And you're just showing up and you're like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
What other surprises does this guy have planned? He's like, look, I know you've wanted to get Botox for a while. I know you've talked about your nose. So you're going to go under and you're going to come out.
With new
Who knows?
with new boobs.
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting.
Okay, babe, you got those wisdom teeth out, but also
Yeah, look, turn around. You put him in my ass. My butthole has teeth.
Am I perfectly?
Where'd you go?
Wow,
So
and even
cool.
the lighter matches your skin tone. Dun, 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 dun. Jesus Christ, it's Ethan Hunt.
Is this my color?
Yeah.
Is my liver okay?
You're a-
One time my girlfriend was over, and we both were went in. We were.
I wanted to show you guys a video of they had just gotten footage of like deep sea Humboldt squids. So it's like a black and white video of like Humboldt squids like popping up. Like it was a
like I
really
think
cool deal.
We knocked on your door and we were talking, and then you're like, "Oh, dude, you got to come see this." And you're at your desk, and we watched this video together, and we're all standing there, and we watch it, we finish it, and we're like, "That's crazy." And then we're all just kind of standing around, like so. Me and my girlfriend are kind of standing right behind Damien. Imagine this. Imagine we're both here, and we finished the video, and we're like, "Awesome, that's so sick, yeah."
Well, get out.
I vividly remember somehow I think you even had a hand. You're like, "Well, get out." It was so great.
It was just so much silence, and it was so late, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to playing video games now.
And we all died laughing, and we were like, "Yeah, that wasn't disrespectful. That was
I
just
know,
a,
I
that
love
was
it.
just
I
a-
want a world like that.
Oh, direct communication?
Yeah,
It was so funny.
And none of us knew I was neurospicy.
Another commenter said, "What a piece of shit. This is so specific that here's hoping someone sees the post and shows the girlfriend." Another commenter replied, "Assuming it's real, it looks like someone did." Update.
Scroll down, scroll down.
Scroll down.
Let's go.
Oh my god, in my fan fiction version of this, I printed out I printed out at all the Paneras, because hopefully they go to Panera together.
Do you
know what
want
I mean?
some of this blanket? I can't tell.
Here we go, here we go.
Okay.
I am the girlfriend. I left him. Don't know what to do next. Parenthesis, it wasn't Panera bread, by the way. He lied about Panera bread.
What? I have made so many broccoli cheddar jokes. What the hell?
If he lied about Panera bread, I don't know what to believe.
About?
Oh
God,
my
is it
God.
like Applebee's?
How did she find this?
Okay.
Wait, keep going.
Where do I even begin? It's been a whirlwind of the last 6 hours for me. Thanks to Reddit for doing your thing. I was tipped off by a girlfriend who saw the thing come up on her recommended feed. I searched his phone and came across all kinds of messages with girls and escorts he didn't even bother deleting. Coming across these things in the boyfriend, who I thought was the most sweet guy on planet Earth, felt like a gut punch. We were together for 4 years, actually. I can't believe he did this to me. He looked at me and tried gaslighting me again about how that was all a work of fiction and that none of it was true. It was just to provoke a reaction on Reddit. But after seeing the messages, I couldn't believe him anymore. I gathered some things, left our apartment, and am staying with my parents right now. Lesson learned, y'all. Don't trust Texas boys, where I'm from. Besides that, I feel like I'm a candidate for Broken Heart of the Year because I've never felt so distraught and betrayed in my life. The pain I'm feeling can't even begin to be described by words. Maybe I'll feel more and explain later, but for now, I'm just sticking to the grieving process. He was the love of my life. He even met my mom and dad and my 2 younger brothers. I thought I was going to be able to marry him and make him the happiest guy on earth, but it turns out he had other plans. He ate at a Potbelly, not a Panera, by the way. Weird way to try and disguise it. Thanks again to Reddit. You guys saved me. I'm grappling with what to do next. I don't know where to go with in my life without him.
I thought Potbelly was only in the airport.
I have never.
What the hell?
Confession, I've never heard of Potbelly.
It's only in the airport, and it sucks.
I don't think they make restaurant only for airports, Amanda.
You know what?
I think you're the weird one here.
I think you're insane and you're
this is-
gaslighting me right now.
Well, we do have Zach from the Try Guys here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Zach, thanks for being here.
It's pretty cool.
Do you read Reddit much?
Oh, nope. Try
No?
not to.
You avoid it?
Stay away.
Okay, smart.
Yeah.
I can only respect that.
Yeah.
Are you excited for this then?
This
so
is
you get
good.
to see what you're missing out on.
Yeah, you know, I had my time in Reddit, and it was a time, and now I stay away. Look, you go down into the depths and you bring the gems out.
It's great. He just reads to us the whole time.
I love a good story time. We're cozy. We're ready. They did take my tea away, but that's fine. They don't trust me. They think I'm gonna spill.
Mm-hmm. They took it. They threw it in the trash. Yeah. And then tossed the cup in the trash.
Yeah. So the edgiest thing I've ever watched on a plane is I was flying to New York and I put on B-movie, but I just skipped to the part where the plane almost crashes. I just thought it would be really funny to be watching the part of B movie where the plane almost crashes.
Just showing it to the kid, like, look, this is us.
It was on the plane though. That's the thing. I was just on the plane looking through the movies, and they had B movies.
The problem is you kept rewinding it. they're like.
I switched to Remember Me after that.
That's in one of my videos. That's in my B movie video. That's why it was weird, because I was working on a video about B movies. So you can look that up. I'm watching B movie on the plane.
Am I the asshole for buying a murder house and not having a problem living in it? Throwaway, because I don't want this on my main. All right.
Throwaway is
Throwaway
not my
account.
main
They made
account
a brand new
Okay.
account just for this post.
Cool.
I'm a 40-year-old man. My fiancée Sarah is 37 and her daughter Kim is 16. Kim's dad died when she was 6. Kara and I met when Kim was 10. I didn't meet Kim until we were together over a year and knew things were serious. My relationship with Kim isn't parental, but we get along without fuss most of the time. I feel more like an uncle figure than a parental figure.
Yeah, you're the asshole. It's your fucking stepdaughter, bro.
Kara's,
Your fucking stepbrother. No. I don't really see her as a daughter. She's just kind of like a dude I live with. What are you talking
A
about?
dude who happens to be a 16-year-old girl.
Oh my God.
Kara's mother was just in a major car accident and she couldn't leave Kim due to her online school schedule. Kim had friends over without permission the last time she was left alone for a few days. So Kara asked if she could stay with me for the next few weeks. She doesn't have a firm return date yet, and I agreed. I bought a house a few years ago and finished the renovations and remodel last fall. I got it cheap because a murder occurred here over a decade ago, and no one touched it until I fixed it up. It's not like there was blood or anything anywhere, and the way I see it, someone probably died in most houses and buildings that exist.
Preach.
It sucks, but death is everywhere. Kim has been staying with me since Saturday, and she even seemed excited when I gave her the grand tour. I showed her the basement hangout and said she could have a friend or two over if she wanted so they could have some fun. After all, I know she's worried about her grandma. I even showed Kim the room I put together for her, which made her cry because she must have thought she'd just be in a guest room.
Yeah, because she wants a dad.
I wanted her to feel at home because this would be her home when she and her mother move in. Things were going great until I found Kim crying in the kitchen this morning. She went for a walk when she woke up, and upon chatting with a neighbor down the street, learned about the murder that happened.
What?
Hey, you moved into that house, eh?
I thought for sure.
That's literally what she talked to.
I thought that's like a fucking Scooby-Doo, but I thought for sure it was going to be the dad setting up. I thought the dad was going to be like me trying to bond with my 16-year-old
Well, because he didn't tell. No, because
I'm glad.
He didn't tell it. Literally, she walked down the street and there's just like, so, looking to enter that house, eh? All right.
See, you're in the McGillicuddy house.
Literally, this is
nasty business.
The neighbor was very descriptive and told her far more details than I knew.
Jesus.
And Kim asked why I didn't tell her. I was honest and told her that I knew a major crime happened, but it was over a decade ago by now. It's not that I don't care, but the price of this house was too good to pass up. There's no way I could have afforded a house this nice and this big under normal circumstances. Kim demanded that I sell the house because she doesn't want to live here when she and Sarah...
I'm not listening to a 16-year-old girl telling me to sell my damn house.
Kim demanded I sell the house because she doesn't want to live here when she and Kara move in with me. I told her that's not happening. Kara is too preoccupied with her mom to deal with this right now, but Kim is at my throat. Kim thinks I'm cruel for not caring enough about her to sell my house. When I told her that I care about her and even made sure she has her own room, she snapped and said that I just don't get it. Am I an asshole for not having an issue living here?
I want to know about the murder.
Yeah, so Kim, the daughter, talks to probably this, in my head, creepy-ass neighbor who goes into full detail, more details than he knew, and now she's just thinking about that in this house. Of course she probably is like, dude, I cannot live here. But he's also, look, as an adult, he's like, dude, I bought a house. Like, I'm not gonna sell a house. Like, I can't afford a different house. Now, I'm saying this without context. I think there's some context in the comments here.
Even before the context, can I say, I think he's asking the wrong question. It's not, am I the asshole for being okay living in this house? It's, am I the asshole for not treating my future stepdaughter like a daughter? Like, he's treating her just like some fucking roommate.
How long have they been
together? You need to care about what this person thinks, and you need to work to make her comfortable.
Did they
It's
say-
not like, yeah, great that I have no problems living in this house. Your family has a problem living in this house, and you need to be a father figure and step in.
Well, I think he said Kara is too preoccupied with her mom to deal with this right now, but Kim is at my throat. So the mom hasn't necessarily said that she doesn't want them to live there yet.
Right.
So I think if he and Kara both agree, like, hey, no, we're gonna live here as the parents, then that's.
I think there's a
Right, I
pathway to
think,
do
yeah,
that. and
yeah.
you
She's
need to
16,
work-
so 2 years. Yeah, that's scary. Look, if I was in her shoes, me at 16, I'd have been terrified. I'd have been like, I'm gonna get killed by a ghost.
But if this happens in my life, I'm not like, hey, Reddit, am I the asshole? It's like, no, I'm working with figuring out how to make her comfortable and working through that. Not like, hey, my 16-year-old stepdaughter's this real dick, right?
Let's see if the comments clear some stuff up. Here's a comment from OP. I was planning on sitting them down and discussing the house's history soon anyways, due to their lease ending after the summer. But I hadn't thought that my neighbors would gossip about what happened before I could talk to them first, especially Kim because she's still a kid. Someone else said, no one's the asshole. As a rule, I don't like to call teenagers the asshole here, especially ones going through major life changes like Kim is, which is why I said no one's the asshole versus not the asshole. Teens behave irrationally to adults all the time and they have big emotions. It's not surprising to me that a teen is more creeped out by living in a murder house, as you called it, than an adult who understands the cost of homes and the fact that death happens everywhere. Teen horror movies literally use murder houses as plot devices, especially given she was told this by a stranger and given too many details instead of having a trusted adult explain the house's history to her and why it's not dangerous to live there now. Though, if there's any assholes in the story, it's the neighbor. I agree. The neighbor is an asshole. The neighbor's weird. He sees some 16-year-old he's never seen before in his life, and he's just like, you want to hear a scary story?
It's such a horror movie.
You want me to
setup.
ruin your life? Response from OP to that comment. This response really helped me see a new angle that I hadn't considered. I think that considering the details, it was domestic abuse, a man killed his wife, and the fact that her mother and I are about to get married, okay, the gears are turning. I need to have a serious heart-to-heart with her tonight. Hopefully dinner from her favorite place will help. Thank you for your perspective. That is true. This is the beginning.
He's flaunting his money.
Yeah.
Nothing like a
Taking
little,
her to, yeah.
nothing like a little PF Chang's to tide things over.
No one's the asshole but your neighbor. What were they thinking? I don't think Kim has a right to demand you sell your home, but I'm going to give her leeway for being uncomfortable and anxious due to her grandmother's
And
situation.
16.
And 60. And your
And a
neighbor being
child.
inappropriately detailed about the murder. I mean, look, I just think this is a fucking creepy ass neighbor.
Yeah.
I would be more scared of the neighbor than the murder house.
No, and I think especially the nature of the crime, like I think it's going to be super important that he talk to her. And also, yeah, I mean, I don't even think we have time today to go into the, like, him being like, oh, like, I see myself as more of an uncle, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's
definitely an added layer.
It's a whole different can of worms where it's like, you know, I mean, maybe that's a discussion he had with his partner, like, hey, I don't want you to be a father figure. Like, she doesn't need that. Like, maybe there's another man that is or another person that's a father figure. Like,
Can I tell you, I feel like I would accidentally be that neighbor. I'd be like,
Really?
You're like
You think
walking
you would
your
do that?
dog, and you'd be like, oh, you moved in. Really f***ed up stuff happened there. Oh, it's crazy.
I think but a kid though adds the layer of like, if I see for one, honestly, and I don't know who this neighbor is. The neighbor could have been another teenager for
This
all-
actually does remind me, because on my block, there's a family that moved into a murder house, and they have a 16-year-old daughter, and I just had a very similar conversation.
Wow.
Like this.
Okay.
wait a second.
Wait a minute.
How recent is this post?
But also, like, look, if the neighbor's a grown man, I think it's weird that a 16-year-old girl was walking down the street and he was just like, hey, hey, why are you talking to?
He's like, so you know the Lord?
He was just trying to kick off a side quest.
Yeah.
Actually, I've always thought it'd be very nice to be proposed to as a man. I would love to.
Quentin, I'm glad you said that.
Wow, here we go.
None of this is being filmed. Quentin.
This is not airing.
No, I think that's.
What a noob, I said in my heart to thing that wear my wife face sloppily. But I know better than points it up to the thing can rip off face like that.
What is happening?
That's my favorite
Okay,
one. I
yeah,
came across
that
that,
one
I'm like,
gets me.
on purpose or not, that might be someone who's just absolutely drunk.
I'm so deep in this one right now.
Yeah, I was not expecting that ending. I thought it was gonna get worse. Thought the son was gonna like kill someone.
That makes me want to cry.
I thought he was gonna cheat on everyone at school.
What? That's your indie movie talking. That's not real. That's your that's like season 2 of this indie.
No, it's not. No, it's. Oh my God, people are crying in the room. Oh my God. No, that's not the indie movie. This is the indie movie.
Oh, Anne.
No, I'm thinking I'm doing too much Reddit stories because I was blowing it out of the water. I was like, what's the worst version?
But it's so unbelievably sweet because it's like if she didn't have that talk with him, he wouldn't have understood that she was actually just trying to teach him morals.
And what
He had to learn the hard way, oh, this is what you were trying to teach me,
Yeah, and like what she was trying to teach him wasn't cool, right? And what the other household stood for, the cool thing, wore off, and he got to see it, like literally.
Well, it was a facade. He
Yes,
was like,
he
oh,
got
it's a
to see
facade.
it.
This is all
That
fake.
his dad was just cheating and didn't respect women.
And also by proxy doesn't care about his son. Like really like
Yeah,
it shows-
calling him dramatic, calling people crazy.
being like,
Again, projecting.
Yeah.
I mean, his dad must be in a lot of pain. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh.
The dad's a piece of shit. And also, like, I guess the stepmom knew that the dad cheated on her and then was shocked when he cheated on her as well. It's like, yeah, I mean,
Well,
you can see a pattern
pattern.
there.
But that's what's so crazy about cheating and deception, lying, and all this stuff. It's just that it's like, there's a scary generational part where it's like you grow up watching people lie or you don't, and you see how that is navigated in the home. And that's like touchy and hard. And the way that mother handled it was fucking badass.
She like pushed past her pride and her pain and just said what she felt, which was like, I love you. This is what's important. And I don't think if she did that, I think that he would have felt really alone and like not called her. I think she opened up the door for him to be vulnerable.
Well, she showed she cared so much. Like, she cares about him, but she's really trying to communicate with him.
And she's like, even that's what I mean, like how it's like it works for all ages. Like stopping him at school from doing that is like stopping the habit from it becoming like that's what I mean. Like, and her having that talk and making him do that really uncomfortable thing probably stopped that uncomfortable feeling and making that a comfortable thing that his dad probably started young. You know what I mean? And like, it's just
Yeah, I mean, at 14, hopefully he will not turn out like his dad.
like because of that really influential part.
Yeah.
I was so deep into that. Of course, make him sit on the grass.
And have that moment that he'll remember for the rest of his life where your mom is like, I want you to know that doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Right.
And I want you to remember how awful it felt when we drove all the way back and you apologized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there are black bears still.
Maybe it
in
was a
Piper.
black bear.
Guys, maybe it was just a bear.
Could be.
It was just a bear that was gonna eat
It's a
you.
bear. Yeah. He's like,
Relax.
it's an angel. It's like, yeah.
That's what they sound like,
That's
by the
what
way.
they sound like.
Yeah.
Like a girl throwing up at hardcore.
It sounds like those toys from the dollar store.
Or a girl who's just blackout.
Amy, okay?
Amy.
Amy, wake
you have
up.
to go. The bar's closing. She's like,
We found a ghost. Oh my God, no, it's two drunk chicks.
Amy, she comes out. She's like, that was insane.
Oh my God.
That was crazy. Where did this story go?
I don't know.
So it's like, hey, Scoob. It's the two drunk white women. Like, Scoobs. They're in a sorority.
The lake didn't had any fish in it
Ew.
because all of the fishes were walking on land.
First of all, the way you read this is so good because
I gotta include the typos.
it's so. Wait, yeah, you have to include the typos.
A 22-year-old woman, am in the wedding party of my friends we will call M, 25-year-old woman, and Ro, a 25-year-old man, who will be getting married in about 2 months. I have been really excited for the wedding since it'll be an opportunity for all the friends from college to get together for the first time in 2 years. Not to mention M and Ro are my best friends, or at least I thought they were.
Spikes the camera.
Or at least,
I thought they were.
We have a Discord for all the wedding stuff, and they have a channel about food. They've been really good about being open about the food they intend to have at the reception, including vegan/vegetarian/gluten-free options for everyone, and answering questions, so I didn't think there would be any contention if I asked a question. Anyway, about 4 days ago, I posted a message into the Discord asking, hey, what flavor is the cake gonna be? I wanna mentally prepare myself, LOL. I think looking back, my choice of extra words is what caused all of this, but I meant it in the sense that I have a long documented dislike of chocolate-flavored foods like cake or ice cream, so I added it in the event the cake was chocolate. I received a private message back that the cake would be chocolate and that if I had a problem with it, then I could shove it, because it was their wedding, not mine. And I felt really taken aback by this response. Never did I mention that I would have been upset, and I certainly wouldn't have put up a stink about it. It's exactly like Em had said, it's their wedding. I explained as much and tried to apologize for any offending I did, but she got even more defensive and started basically blasting me for implying that she was offended, and I was just left overall very confused. I gave it 2 days before I tried to apologize again and smooth it over, figuring she may have just been having a bad day, but I got shut down again, telling me she didn't need my apology because nothing was wrong and I needed time to stop trying to make it seem like shit was wrong between us and to just drop it. I texted Ro to see if I could gauge what was going on since he and I have always had an open dialogue about things like this, but he basically just told me he couldn't talk to me right now, and I have to imagine it's because Em told him not to. It's been 2 days since then, and I'm just really confused. This whole thing has made me want to drop out of the wedding party and honestly not go at all. I wish Ro would talk to me and Em would be honest. I can't help but think maybe I just don't get how stressful planning a wedding is, and like maybe they've gotten pushback from other people on other things and somehow it's being taken out on me? Or is it really a big no-no to ask stuff like this? I don't know. This is the first wedding I have ever gone to, so am I the asshole?
The shove it is making me laugh.
Hey, so shove it.
So hard. It's chocolate, so shove it. It's making me laugh so hard.
Okay.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Can I
guess
say
so.
she might have had a million people go, I can't eat this, I need vegan, I blah, blah, blah. And it was probably the last one. And that was the friend that she trusted the most to go, it's fucking chocolate, shove it.
And she's like, you know
I'm
what? Get
done.
off my ass.
Yeah, I'm done.
From everything I understand about weddings, and especially if it's like, it's like 2 days or
Yeah, stress.
in about 2 months. You know, I know it's stressful. So if it's like, hey, what flavor's the cake so I can be prepared? It's gonna be chocolate, so shove it. I'd be like, you got it. Like, it's just like, okay, like.
Also, I think the couple sharing all the food ideas with their wedding party is a mistake.
Because you're giving them a seat at the table. When you give them a seat at the table, then they can ask
You
questions.
the godfather?
They can ask questions. She was like, here's the food options. So then someone goes, okay, then what are the dessert options?
Yeah.
She goes, get off my fucking back.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
well, you opened up the door to an entire wedding party of food. Never do that.
Look,
These are the food options.
and
you'll
look,
notice them when you're there.
There you go.
Here's the thing. I've talked shit about dry weddings and all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, if I get invited to a wedding, I'm not gonna try to say anything. I'm just like, I'm going, and it's your wedding. You get to decide everything.
Yeah, you just go.
Like, if I show up and it's like, hey, for dinner, we're having cardboard, I'd be like, I guess we're having cardboard.
I bitch on the way home, but I'm not gonna bitch to the bride on a dinner.
Yeah, talk shit to your friends.
You go, yum, cardboard is delicious. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Also, I'm sorry. Cardboard is so
You guys are a
delicious.
beautiful couple.
Congratulations. The cardboard was beautiful.
This cardboard pairs well with this Merlot.
It was absolute congratulations. I hope you guys.
Why are we Mark Wahlberg right now?
Hey.
Here's my question. Why? I agree. I agree with what the general consensus is, but I also am like, why does this guest have to know the flavor of the cake?
True.
And I will say, I can understand.
You give a mouse a cookie.
I understand what the amount of pressure of saying like, hey, what flavor's the cake so I can mentally prepare myself is like.
It's a little rude.
And also, here's also a mistake, I think. Here's a mistake. Writing things out and typing it out and sending it via that can be read so many wrong ways.
Did she say LOL after too?
Yeah, she did.
Nightmare.
Yeah,
Nail in the coffin.
if I would have just, I would not be asking that question to the bride and groom over Discord. I would have asked the person, be like, hey, what flavor is the cake gonna be? You know?
And then she just goes, boom.
Yeah.
She flies back.
I don't
It's
know.
chocolate.
I think there's a lot of history here.
Wait, so there's more shit happening.
Oh, we're
There's
about to
an
have
update.
a million updates. Okay.
I can't wait.
The verdict though was asshole, which, I will say I think because I saw that verdict, that's also making me a little biased. But
I don't think they're an asshole.
way
I
it's
think they're kind of
worded.
I don't think I think as of right now, to me, I'd be like, you're an asshole, but it's like, maybe you're an asshole.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is fine.
that's
But I
like-
would also, I'm going, their response is intense, but maybe because they're stressed out, maybe because of underlying things.
I'd be like, that's Jack. He's an asshole. He makes everything about the cake.
Yeah, but I
Mark
wouldn't-
Wahlberg right
But
out
I will say, her saying, I'm thinking about dropping out of the wedding party, I'd be like, you're making this about you.
Yeah. Okay.
I do think sometimes, especially when they're dealing with the wedding, her apologizing so much and asking
Making
is
it
like
worse.
she's making it about her, and it's like you're being selfish. in
Back
that way.
up. We told you to shove it.
Just walk away. Okay. First update
Oh my God, there's multiple.
from username Roe. Apparently, yes, the Roe from the story.
Shove it has entered the chat.
Not shove it. That was the bride.
Shove it.
That was M.
Shove
This
it's
is Roe.
betrothed.
This is Roe, but she reached out to Roe, and Roe was like, "Hey, I can't talk right
I
now."
can't talk to you. M's gonna
Okay.
kill me.
He responds saying, "Hey, Izzy, not surprised you didn't share the whole story. You never do. Just like last year's surprise party for M. TLDR, Izzy here spoiled the surprise and tried to claim my present was hers. I'm Roe, the groom-to-be. I don't do Reddit, but my best man does and frequents this thread. He saw this post and it was so obvious it's you. This whole cake thing did happen, but it is not the whole story and did not go the way Izzy claims.
Okay.
First off, cake was not her only complaint. You refused to have a joint bachelor/bachelorette dinner because I have poor taste. You said my suit was tacky because I wanted white and not traditional black. You whined about the bridesmaids' dresses being purple because you wanted ivory. Any decision we've made, there's always a complaint. And M has done nothing but be patient and try and find common ground. She should not have to change her wedding choices for you. Second, we never told you to shove it. M only messaged you privately because she was tired of having to argue in the group chat. Everyone else is tired of your bullshit too, so we didn't want to bother them with it. It's a cake. Eat it or don't. Eat it or yeet it. You have hated me ever since I joined the friend group, and that's fine, but you will not ruin M's day because of your pettiness. If you care about her, then honor her decisions. Of course M is different, because she grew the up. All of us did except you. My God, you're 22. Stop acting like a spoiled teenager. Chocolate cake will not kill you. By the way, asshole, I'm 26, not 25. Pay attention. I wasn't angry about this until you decided to go on the internet for pity. It's pathetic and immature. For the record, M double-checked my response. She signed off on it. Get it together.
Shove
So
it.
we went from being like, you're kind of an asshole, to, oh, you're apparently an asshole.
Oh, she didn't tell the whole story.
She didn't tell any of it.
She's like, all I did was ask what the flavor of the cake was.
Yeah.
What a nightmare person if you're gonna go on the internet to a bunch of anonymous people and just tell a fake story just to feel.
I was gonna
good about
say
yourself.
the comment when she said chocolate cake, she goes, so I can brace myself or whatever. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like a one and
exactly.
done.
That felt like
This is always what I think with so many Reddit stories of like.
they're hiding
Are
information.
you,
I can't
Are you
believe
telling
Roe
us 1% of this story?
went on there.
The vitriol I know she's the most insufferable person because of the amount of vitriol in his writing. I couldn't help but just be like,
Yeah.
No, for sure.
oh,
You
he
became Roe.
He hates her.
Feels like this person has had a problem with everything.
Ivory bridesmaid dresses, that's white. Ivory is for the flower girls if you have them. That's basically white.
Careful, because you're eating chocolate cake. It's gonna get on it.
Careful. That's right.
What a mess.
I love that.
But caught.
She responds.
Tell me she says.
She's gonna try to respond at this point. No, if you're this person
Yeah.
and that happens, you need to log off.
You need to log off.
You need to log off. She
But
should have
she's
walked away before.
headed.
She should have walked away at Shove It, which apparently even didn't happen. Shove It was never said.
Shove it is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
really
But wasn't said. It was apparently
bummer.
not like that. Okay, update from this lady. It's pathetic and immature to anonymously post asking for advice on Reddit, but you coming here starting shit and posting my real name isn't. Okay, Marcus. Since we're not hiding anymore, how does it feel to have your shit aired for real? Here's how I know M didn't sign off, because she never would have agreed to using my real name. You're just trying to get me upset at her too. She's my best friend, and I should have known you'd do this. You always try to manipulate us into being mad at each other. Case in point, when I had planned this really awesome dinner for just her and you had to plan her surprise party for the same day. I just wanted alone time with my best friend, but you couldn't wait one day for the party. Em has known me far longer than you, and no offense, I'm sure I know her better than you do. But I've kept my mouth shut because I love her and just want her to be happy. I complain about everything, then how come I've never said anything about the hundreds of times you've made Em cancel plans with me to go hang out with you? I just wanted my BFF to spend a little time with me. We're not allowed to have sleepovers anymore because it makes you uncomfy, or take a girls' trip for the weekend because it's too expensive. Sorry you can't take care of her like I can. Some of us can afford rent. Clearly this was never about the cake and more so about you hating me. I was fine when you joined the friend group, but you clearly weren't fine with mine and Em's relationship. You've been the same towards some of her other friends who I'm sure would agree. Get a life, Marcus. Stop trying to take mine.
Oh my God.
Let's f***ing go, dude.
Let me tell you now,
rocks.
This
f***ing rocks.
This is so f***ing relatable. When best friends and a boy comes in,
Oh my God.
it gets
Literally,
scary.
sometimes the depths of hell
The depths
are
of hell.
when two best friends, when a protective best friend gets pushed aside for a boyfriend, shit comes out.
It's nasty.
Oh, I've seen some gross shit go down.
It's a worse breakup than a marriage.
100%. I think sometimes
I've experienced it.
Yes, no, I've seen some crazy shit.
I've experienced it, and it gets nasty.
When
The sleepover part made me go, oh God, oh God, oh God. Like, and it's just, it's this.
And it's like you're losing. Here's the thing. There are so many layers to this, even though there's a clear asshole. I will say, people, when they're girls, when they're losing their best friend and you're single, and you were both single girlies out here, they're like, sometimes they get really mad.
They get really, really mad.
Honestly, I'll be frank, in college, I was this way. My friend was like, she got a boyfriend and started being so different, and suddenly I was like, I hate him, I hate her, I hate him.
Oh,
I hate
so
her.
it's you.
No, but I think I've been on both ends.
But did you take it out on her?
No, and I didn't go this crazy.
You're allowed to feel things.
Yeah, but some people lose it.
I have experienced this, and it has gotten a little bit bad.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. And it's gotten almost like I burned her house down. Like I ruined her life. I left her and the family that we don't have. Like, we can't cuddle anymore. Like, we can't sleep over anymore. And I'm like, when were we doing that really before? It gets very, very, very messy.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because it's like, it's so easy to blame the woman who's like on her own and she lost her best friend. It's so easy to blame it, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
Because then the boyfriend comes in and is like, this is all mine. This is all my territory.
It gets so layered.
So messy.
But let me say, this
is too far, though.
situation is f***ing wild.
This is too far.
Okay.
There's more?
Oh, guys, this keeps going. All right, Marcus responds.
Marcus! He's like, meet me on the thread. Meet me on the thread.
This is between Marcus and Izzy. Holy f***.
Marcus responds to Izzy. The plan was for you to distract her while we set up the party by taking her to a movie, not going to the movies, then taking her to dinner and telling her of the party. We waited hours expecting y'all to be back. I have never once made Em cancel. She always did that on her own, and not frequently at all. You have had plenty of time alone with her. Just because she spends time with me too doesn't mean I'm forcing her to. And yes, a trip to multiple countries across Europe is very much too expensive. We already live paycheck to paycheck, which you know. I know money isn't a concern for you, but it very much is for us. Not all of us have apartments paid for by Dad. Nobody else seems to think the same things about me, and if I'm wrong, I will gladly listen and change. But that requires communication directly, not anonymous Reddit posts. You may have known her longer, but you clearly don't know Em well. You fail to see how miserable your comments and attitude have made her these past few months. For her sake, knock it off.
Knock it off?
Shove it.
Oh, God.
Knock it off, shove it.
Yeah.
Get out of my life and shut up.
Well, you shove it. For her sake, knock it off.
Knock
You
it off?
shove it.
Dude, he is airing out. Daddy paid for the apartment. He's like, you know what? I'm going to tell them
She
about
started
the
it,
dad
though.
part.
She started it, though.
And if I know her, she came back, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Of course she did.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Of course she did. She probably refreshed this page until it was there.
I love that we're getting in the weeds of this surprise party bullshit.
Yeah, I know. The
He's like,
surprise
we
party-
waited there for an hour.
Yeah, and they're all like this. Is she there? happy. Oh God, she's not there yet.
Oh, but what about
That's
her?
so messed up to like have a surprise party planned and be like, okay, you'll take her to the movies and then come back, and then she just like goes to dinner afterwards
Em
and just.
is probably so stressed out right
She's
now.
just
and
like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't imagine I'm about to get married and my f***ing fiance and my best friend are having this happen.
And
I would die.
He's villainizing her to her, being like, look what he's doing. Look what she's doing.
And
to
the
you.
only one losing is Em.
Julie,
Truly. God,
knock it off.
knock it off.
All right, Izzy responds.
Stop it.
Come on, Izzy, here she comes. Here she comes.
Here she comes.
Paid by daddy?
Woo!
Real mature asshole. You know I work hard like everyone else. It's not my fault my parents made better decisions than yours and can actually help their kids.
Right.
All right, she just lost.
she lost before.
Izzy, don't do that move.
Izzy's been
been
throwing
losing a
rocks.
while.
Izzy's coming back with the iron claw and she's using it on herself.
Oh, you're shaming his parents for not making enough money.
You just blamed everyone's parents.
Out on the field, Izzy.
You just insulted everyone. And of course, I wasn't just gonna take her to the movies on her birthday, a ruse or not.
I was gonna kiss her too.
I was also gonna have a threesome with her and this guy we met. And of course, I wasn't just gonna take her to the movies on her birthday, a ruse or not. It was still her birthday, and she's my friend, and I love her, and wanted to take her to an actually decent meal other than the shitty pizza you brought for her. Also, yeah, maybe you didn't tell Em to cancel, but knowingly asking for plans when we had them is basically the same thing. Before you, she was fine. She had everything she needed. And for all of you in the comments saying I have a crush or want to Em, you're delusional and know nothing about me. We're best friends. I love her. She loves me. Not my fault we have natural chemistry that everyone over the internet can feel, but it's not like that. Marcus?
We're not saying that because we feel anything.
We don't feel it. We're being told it.
No, I think you're saying
We're
it.
gonna get hit.
Marcus, you're an asshole. You've been an asshole since day one. Just admit you're not the guy who can give her what she needs and move the f on and leave us alone.
Everyone on the internet can feel our chemistry. What do you mean?
What the f?
I don't feel
Em
any
is not
chemistry.
here. Final update from Marcus.
He's gonna end it. Oh.
You're proving my point. I'm not going to argue over Reddit anymore over this, especially if you're going to talk about my parents like that when you know full well why they aren't rich.
Oh.
Either message us in private or drop it altogether. If this is how you really feel, don't bother coming to the wedding.
Mic drop.
Shove it, Izzy!